Hey everybody, Mallett here, once again with Creation Song Audio and Production. And in the last video, we had talked about the various types of cables that are used in the world of audio and production. And now we're going to talk about how all of these fit together with the other components of audio and signal flow. So in the very beginning, it starts with an instrument or your source. So in this case, I have an acoustic guitar, which is then plugged into a 1/4-inch cable, which leads up to a DI, to an XLR cable. So right now, that is our source. It's going from the instrument to a line cable, to a DI, to a mic cable. So after the input stage, we then move towards the mixer stage. That first, your signal will go into the preamp of the mixer. The preamp is where you're able to add gain to the signal, which amplifies it. Now, gain and volume are similar, but no matter what your electric guitarist says, gain and volume are not the same thing. After the preamp, it goes into the DSPs, which stand for Dynamic Signal Processors. Now, these are effects that don't add or take away anything from the signal, but just adjust what's already there. So examples of DSPs that you may use are gates and compressors. After that, your signal will go into the equalizer. And while EQing may seem like the scariest part of audio mixing, you get better at it over time. And the way I look at it is all EQing is you're equaling out the frequency. You're taking out bad stuff and boosting the good frequencies. So then, after going through the equalizer, you reach the channel fader. Now, this is the fader that controls the overall levels of an individual channel. From the channel fader, you then move to the stereo fader, which in the mixer is what governs the entire output. So it goes from the individual channel all the way to the stereo fader, which is everything at once. From the stereo fader, it then goes to the output of the soundboard to the amplifier, and then from the amplifier to the speaker. If you're using passive speakers, that means they don't have built-in power, so you will be using an amplifier, which means that there's an extra step from the board to the amplifier to the speaker. Whereas if you're using powered speakers, the amplifier is already built in and will amplify the signal to the built-in speakers. And there you have it. Those are the very basics of signal flow.